Welcome everybody, guests, friends, colleagues. My name is Noirin Russell, and with my co-conference director, Cathy Burke, we are delighted on behalf of the International Organising Committee to welcome you here, so in person in Cork, and also to our friends and colleagues online, and especially call out our colleagues in our co-located sites in Edinburgh and Cape Town. We're here to celebrate the NPEC, National Perinatal Epidemiology Centre, conference on 200 years of Caesarean section, honouring the life and achievements of Dr. James Barry. The idea for this conference started with a meeting, as often things do, with Virginia Tehan, the Chief Exec of the Heritage Council, in April 2024, when Cathy and her friend Colette Kelleher said, well, why don't we do something? Why don't we have a conference? So we met rather fittingly in the restaurant in the Crawford Gallery, and we conceptualised that it would be great to have a conference across the three sites. We wanted to celebrate the life and achievements of Dr. James Barry, who was given the name Margaret Bulkeley at birth here in Cork around 230 years ago. And in July 1826, performed in Cape Town, so 200 years ago next month, one of the first documented Caesarean sections where mother and baby survived. And that was a rare outcome at that time, because Caesarean sections were usually done in extremis, and soon after the mother died of sepsis or hemorrhage, and very often the baby died too. I'm going to hand over to Cathy to just continue with a few introductions.
So our conference will take place over the next 2 days in the three significant cities of James Barry's life. So Cork, Edinburgh and Cape Town, and we're live linked as we speak. So we've given careful consideration to the topics that we're going to discuss at this conference, and these include clinical practice, safety and decision making, neonatal and long-term outcomes, patient experience and birth choices, gender identity and representation, and ethics, policy and future directions. We really hope that you will enjoy the excellent talks given by so many generous people who've come here today and tomorrow as well. And we also have research presentations that you can see on our poster boards outside, and our physical poster as well. And we're also really looking forward to a fiercely contested debate later on Caesarean section rates.
So while the focus for the conference is, of course, Caesarean section, it has been important for us to interpret Dr. James Barry's life through a gender-informed lens. We want to, I suppose, honour the extraordinary person that James Barry was in the fullness of their identity. And there are many views on why James Barry chose to live life as a man. Some scholars have written about James Barry as a passing woman, and history is full of stories of passing women who choose to pass as a man for social, economic, educational, romantic reasons, or because they wish to hide their identities. And many scholars believe that James assumed a male identity in order to live the kind of life that was impossible for a woman in 1809. What we know for sure is that James Barry lived his adult and professional life as a man and always referred to himself as a man. He also had a real sense of urgency about discovery, and he very consciously demanded that his body not be stripped at death, as he wished to continue to be remembered as his authentic self, James Barry, after death. We have chosen to respect that wish and refer to James with male pronouns during the conference. We hope that this is what he would have wanted, and I would so love to be able to go back in time and ask. And on behalf of the conference organising committee, we would like to thank those who reviewed and advised on this aspect of our programme, in particular, Professor Mary McAuliffe, Saoirse Mackin, and the UCC Broad Society.
So we'll shortly move to our first session, the story of James Barry. But before this, I would really like to thank all of those who've made this conference possible. The NPEC team have been remarkable, and their professionalism and their can-do attitude has really been key to what we hope will be a really memorable conference over the next 2 days. Thank you to Professor Helen Welton, Head of the College of Medicine and Health in UCC, who attended our pre-conference event last night, and also to Professor Paula O'Leary, who sends her apologies for not being able to be here today. Also very, very supportive and helpful in directing us. To our fellow members of the organising committee across Cork, Edinburgh and Cape Town, and I particularly wish to thank Professor Andrew Horn, who led the Edinburgh committee, and Professor Henny Buta, who led the Cape Town committee. You know, the immense contributions that everybody in these committees have made over the last 2 years has really brought us to where we are today. So we'd like to also sincerely thank the HRB for their sponsorship of this day one of the conference. This has been really helpful to us. And one last note, in this age of climate change, we've strived to create a low environmental impact in the running of this conference. So we've had our digital posters, our online applications, our live streaming, our minimisation of printed materials, and this is in keeping with the UCC Green Campus programme. You will all have received a lanyard where you've signed your name. We would like if you would return those lanyards at the end of the conference so we can reuse them at our next conference.
And we hope to use these as a bookmark.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, as a little memorabilia of the occasion. Now, finally, but not least, I'd like to thank you, all of our attendees and our contributors, and to wish you, you know, an enjoyable, an engaging, and an enlightening couple of days ahead. And thank you so much.